with a pocket full of gold and dreams of a better life, and a desire to live without fear of being killed. My grandfather came to the United States of America. Mexico was in the middle of a revolution, and my grandfather was caught in the middle. Violence and murder were all over the country, so he fled Mexico as a teen to survive. Now, the reason these young people are coming to America is a little different, but the idea is the same. They just want to live. They want to live without fear. Better put, their parents want them to live and have a better life for themselves. But these kids, they're caught in the crossfire of multiple governments and criminal organizations. Granted, some of these children are teens, but some of them are as young as 7 and 8 years old, and many are not accompanied when they cross, and that's the problem. Over 50,000 unaccompanied children have crossed our border since October of last year. The majority have come from Central America, Honduras, Ecuador, and Salvador. This is the problem, that they're not accompanied by an adult. And by crossing the border, federal law says that they have to go through due process before any decisions can be made about what's going to be done with them, whether they'll be given asylum or they'll be sent back. The courts are being flooded every day by thousands of cases. As a matter of fact, so much so that other courts that don't deal with immigration are taking on some of these cases in an effort to help and relieve the backlog of cases in the courts. While they're going through this process, they're supposed to be under adult supervision in homes set up by the government. But since they're coming in such large numbers, they're being put in camps with a minimal amount of adult supervision. So what happened? The government wasn't prepared for such large number of kids crossing the borders. And because all this is happening, they, the children, and their parents are being demonized. And fear is beginning to rule the decisions our government is making. There's not too many statistics that talk about what would happen if they were allowed to stay here, and most of the statistics that you find show negative, that it's a negative impact that they would have on us. Now, speculation and rhetoric seem to be the order of the day, and fear of the unknown is taking over and dividing our people, sending the National Guard down to the borders, turning these children into criminals. They don't hide when they cross the border. As soon as they cross, they turn themselves over in the hopes that they will get asylum and that they won't get sent back. Look, if everything was okay in their country, you think they'd be coming over here? Don't you agree that something's going on bad enough down there in those countries that's sending their citizens fleeing, risking everything for the hope of safety and a better life? Why is this all happening? It's not a simple answer, but basically what's happening is that drug trafficking in Central America has taken over these countries, and human trafficking. The target of these cartels are young people. Local government is powerless and too corrupt to stop them. They don't have the manpower or the money to do it. And the number one reason they don't do it because of fear. They fear the cartels will not only kill them, but kill their families. I had a friend, this is something that you won't find in the news, but I had a friend who lived in Honduras, and his family owned a small construction company. One day when he was coming home, where it so happened that the business was at, he saw the Honduras army at his house. He was far enough away and they didn't see him, so he turned and went to a neighboring city and hid for a while until he got word. He got word that his family had been murdered and the business that they had was given over to another family, the family that paid the army to do what they did. So what did he do? He fled and came to America to start a better life, to start a new life. So you see, the problem is bigger than one person or a group of people. It's a problem that involves the whole world, a cycle that will continue until the world finds a solution as a whole. Yeah, you hear, why don't you send the army down there? Wipe out the cartels and establish a better government. Or better yet, send mercenaries to do the job. Or you know what? Build a fence around on our borders and just keep people from coming in. You hear all these different solutions that aren't well thought out and poorly planned. And they just don't work. Why can't we just continue the tradition this country was built on? The great melting pot that it is, that brought peoples and traditions together, that makes us the great country that we are. Actually the best country in the world. Look, in reality, as long as people keep buying drugs and buying young boys and girls for prostitution and to enslave them, the cartels will continue to be in business and have the money to corrupt government and local officials. So what is the solution? Well, worldwide, every country, every state, every county, every province, every township, and or city must take actions to stop human trafficking and drug trafficking. Remember, this is a global problem, and we just happen to be feeling the effects a little closer to home this time. Would you not agree that we should not make the children pay for the inability of adults to take care of business? Would you also agree that every child should be given an opportunity to reach their full potential no matter where they are from and what circumstance brought them here? So let's find homes for them. Here in the United States, there's plenty of people out there who are willing to adopt or foster these children. Let's invest in their future, and by doing that, invest in the future of our world. Come on, let's be humane. Show true compassion to these innocent children.